Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to create your own bot. Maybe you have your own strategy, or maybe you're trying to replicate or copy someone. Regardless, I'm going to show you how simple it is to create a bot inside the Options Auto Trader. First thing we do is click on Create the Auto Trader button. From here, we're going to click on the blue Create an Auto Trader because we're creating one from scratch. Next, we're going to pick on the option strategy that we want to do. So if you do a naked put, whether you buy a put or sell a put, that's the one you use. If you buy a call or sell a call, you'll do naked call. Credit spread, debit spread, condors, butterfly spreads, ratios, every single one you want to do can be listed here. Now, if you want to do something a bit different, something custom that's not a typical option strategy and you don't see it listed here, that's why we have custom strategy right here. Click on custom and you'll be able to create up to 4 different trade legs and create them however you want. You can also turn it into a calendar trade by clicking here, click to create a calendar. And now you can give each leg a different expiration date. And so again, custom allows you to do anything that you want to do. Now, I personally just like using the defaults. And so for that, I'm going to come into here and I'm going to pick, let's say, I'm going to do credit spread. So I'm going to come in here to credit spread. And what I'm going to do is I am going to first pick the asset I want to trade on. So what symbol am I trading? I come in here, I can pick all the symbols I want, again, depending on your broker. If your broker doesn't support ones, then you won't see them. But whatever you see here, your broker supports, and we can do. So again, pick the asset you want to do. For now, I'll just keep it on SPY. Then I'll pick the days until expiration. Where do I want to target my expiration date? Do I want to target out 45 days in the future? 50, 60, 15, whatever you want to do, you can put that here. For now, I'll just keep it as 45 days. By default, we plug in all the best criteria for that strategy that tends to have the best performance. So again, if you're a little confused, don't worry, we already preload some of this stuff for you. But again, it can all be changed. First thing we do, are we doing a put credit spread or a call? Again, you can see here, this shows us each strike that it's picking. And this one would be a put at the delta $25 level, and we're going to be selling one contract right here. So put delta of 25, and we're going to sell that put. This one is a put that we're getting at the 10 delta mark, and we are buying one. So that's how you tell what's happening here. So again, there's a lot of ways to structure this. We can pick a strike price based on delta, which is, an expected move type of calculation. We can pick it based on amount out of the money. So let's say, hey, I want to go $10 away from the stock price out of the money. So $10 out of the money, you can do that. Percentage out of the money, maybe I'm going to go 5% out of the money, you can do that. Amount in the money, let's say I want to go $5 in the money, you can do that as well. And target price, let's say, hey, I want to sell a contract or do a credit spread that's trading at $1. And so if you want to do that, you would put in $1 and it would find the option price with the mid price closest to $1. So those are the different levels that you can do. Now, something cool with spreads is once you picked your first strike price, sometimes you like to have a set width, maybe a $5 width, meaning $5 difference between the two contracts. On the second one, you now see strike offset, which means that it's going to let it pick this contract, and whatever it picks here, we're going to go, I can say, $10 away. So just like that, let's say it picks one contract, let's say it picks $5,000, and this is a put, it's going to go down 10, it's going to go down 10, and it's going to be at $4,090, $499, all that. But basically, that's how you structure trades. You just pick what asset, what expiration, and how do you want your strikes to be picked. Again, the best way to do this, if you're automating your own strategy, is to basically go to the broker and see how you pick the strikes and how you pick the options, and then just plug that into here. If you're trying to copy someone, ask them for these numbers and they should know. Perfect. Moving on, next we're going to set up, okay, now that we have the strategy built, how often do we want to enter this trade, right? And so again, we can do once a week, multiple times a week, multiple times a day, every other week, once a month, and things like that. You can select, let's say we're doing multiple times a week. Again, I can pick, I want to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I can pick that. You can either pick the morning session, which is first thing in the morning, lunch session around 12 or 1, and the afternoon session past 1 o'clock. And so that's when that happens. Or you can pick a very specific time if you want to do that, maybe like 8:35 or something like that. I guess that's EST. So maybe 10:35 would work. So those are all the entry rules. We also have some advanced rules here. Enable on red day. This is for if you only want to enter when the market is having a red day. If you want to avoid FOMC days, again, if you're a 0DTE trader, you probably want to enable this so that you're not trading during the most volatile days. If you want to make sure that you're trading only when VIX is between a certain level or above a certain price, you can do that as well. If you want to make sure that your spread or whatever you're trading is between a certain credit amount, you can do that. So let's say, hey, I want the trade to be between a $35 credit, I should say a 35-cent credit and a 40-cent credit. You can put 35 and 40 here, and that would do that. You can do the profit as well. And that is how you create up all the specific rules. Most people will not use these advanced rules, but I just wanted to show them to you just in case. Next, we've created the trade. We set up the entry rules. Now we're going to set the exit conditions. And so the exit conditions are quite simple. When do we want to close the trade? By default, we show you the three most popular methods in which most people use, which is take profit percentage. Maybe we want to close the trade at 50%, 75%, 25%, something like that. Or a stop loss percentage. I want to close once my trade has hit a 50% stop, 100% stop, whatever it is, you can put that in here. Leaving it blank is completely okay. It means that you don't want any stop loss or take profit. Early management is very much of a tasty lie thing, meaning that, hey, if I want to close the trade early, I can do that. So for instance, early management, and you put 21 here, would mean that you're going to close the trade where there's 21 days or less left. Again, there's a lot of other rules here too. If you click on advanced, you can do take profit based on dollar profit, how much money the trade has made, based on trade price, based on where that trade is trading, the option price of it. You can do that. Convert your take profit into a trailing stop. You can have a stop loss based on a trailing percentage, based on a dollar amount, or based on the option price. You can also early management, but close at a specific time if you want. And then you also have management rules here, which is a bit of miscellaneous, like what happens when your short strike is hit. Do you want to trade to allow it to expire in the money? Things like that. Most people will not use these advanced rules. I personally don't, but if you're a 0DTE trader, you might. All right, I'll just continue on here. And next, I'm going to set up some account safeguards. How much money do I want to put into this bot? And so what I'll do here is I'll simply say, again, I'll just put the minimum here of 750. But again, you can put whatever amount you want to let that bot trade with. So if you put $1,000, that means that bot across all the trades that it's tracking can only use $1,000, which means that if you know this trade takes about $250 to put on, then that means you can have about 4 trades running in the spot at one time. Now, again, we'll only place one trade at a time, but total across all your trades, you can only have $1,000, or I should say right here, I'll just make it $1,000. There's more safeguards as well. Again, if you want to do VIX-based buying power, this changes the amount of buying power you'll use based on where VIX is. This is great for longer-term, safer accounts. Market crash enabled, this will take you out of positions when a market crash warning is coming based on math levels. Email trade approval, if you want to get an email first before the trade goes through, you can do that as well. And if you say, hey, I only want 2 trades open at a time max, you can put that here as well to define that. Then I'm going to leave this all blank and leave these as default and move on. Just like this, I can see an overview of what this auto trader is doing, what a profit graph looks like, some approximate auto trader metrics. I get to see the settings explained in English. Hey, these are all the settings you set. This is what it's doing. If I agree to that, I can authorize and save the auto trader. And that's exactly how you create an auto trader, whether you're building one for your own strategy or not. Now, you might be saying, Austin, what about all the advanced things? Like I want to trigger based on support and resistance or something like that. You can do that through our webhooks. And again, we have a webhook course here. If you go click on this image, you'll be able to scroll down and you'll be able to search for help. Inside of here, there'll be a couple sections you see here: getting started, broker guide, strategy examples, and webhook API. Click on this and there's a nice little crash course on how to use webhooks, how to integrate, how to get it, how to do it trading view, TrendSpider, whatever, to integrate with any indicator, trend line, or system you want. Now, again, most people don't use this. 5% of people don't, but I still just wanted to make you aware of it. All right, guys, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. Either way, I'll see you in the next